Hello, hello. My name is Gayle Palmer, and I am delighted to let you know that I am now qualified in being able to help you with your energetic and spiritual life and health. So, I am now able to offer energetic cord cutting ceremonies. Now, you might well ask, what is a cord cutting ceremony? So, let me help you out there, because it might not be very obvious and you might not even have heard of it before. So, energetic cords are invisible threads as a form of communication and connection with people, places, experiences, or even belief systems. They can be loving or toxic, conscious or completely unconscious. And when cords become draining, manipulative, or binding, they sap your power and your energy. They cloud your emotions and have you become distressed. And they disrupt your intuitive clarity as well. A cord cutting ceremony is an intentional practice to help you to release these energetic ties. You're not erasing any memories or cutting off love. You are simply ending unhealthy energetics, influences, or nasty things that you no longer want or need in your life, and restoring balance to yourself too. There are lots of benefits to performing a cord cutting ceremony. First one is about emotional freedom. The ceremony clears lingering emotional residues, heartbreak, guilt, resentment, and reduces obsessive thoughts, overthinking, and loop systems where you just keep going round and round in circles. Sound familiar? And it restores your emotional neutrality and peace of mind, which is awesome. They also increase your energetic sovereignty. They help you to reclaim the energy that was siphoned off or entangled in someone else's or something else's energy. They reinforce your personal boundaries and they support clearer intuition and decision making. All vital if you are going to be sovereign for yourself. Cord cutting helps your physical and mental vitality too. Many people report they sleep much better. Their digestion is improved because you're not anxious all the time, and it reduces your fatigue. It frees your nervous system from stress and psychic entanglements and lightens your mental load, causing more clarity and less heaviness. It also increases your spiritual alignment. It reestablishes a clear channel to your higher self, enhances your spiritual guidance and your soul mission focus. It can open the door to new aligned relationships and opportunities too. So when is a cord cutting ceremony indicated? Perhaps after ending a relationship, a romantic relationship, a sexual relationship, a business relationship, a narcissistic relationship. After some form of energetic trauma or manipulation, which might be conscious or unconscious. When you're feeling drained or stuck, like you're in a web that you cannot get out of. And also after deep healing work, deep inner work and therapy, a cord cutting ceremony is really beneficial. It's also useful at major life transitions. So birthdays, particularly if it's a notable birthday, equinoxes, new moons, or a real change in circumstance. So you might be going to a new job, buying a new home, leaving your old home, or transitioning from education into full-time work, for instance, or even becoming a new parent. There are various tools that I'm able to use to help me in this ceremony. And so the first tool that I find really useful are candles. Candles are used a lot in shamanic practices. They represent the fire aspect of life, the passion, the mission, but they are also cleansing and clear the energy around the space. And then there are the tools that you use to actually cut. So these could be a cord or a string or even a ribbon. But for myself, I use either scissors, specially kept for the purpose, an athame. This is a special kind of knife. This is a selenite athame. You can see it glistening in the sunlight there. It's not incredibly sharp, but it's more than sharp enough to do the job. I also will use obsidian shards. Now, these are a type of volcanic glass made under extreme heat and pressure, and they have incredibly sharp edges, as you would expect in a sharpened piece of glass. So I have a couple of these. They're all really sharp. And those are useful for some forms of cord cutting for certain energies. And then I also have a crow's claw, which was made by my friend Mark Bowler. He's very talented. And this also has a quartz crystal at the end, which is used at the end of the ceremony to rebalance the energies. Other tools that I have, clear quartz crystals. This one I can also use as a cutting tool. You can see it's really sharp. Sadly, the other end of it broke. But it's still an extremely useful tool, and crystals have extraordinary energy to them. To clear the energetic space, I use a smudge stick. This is a sage smudge stick, but I might use other herbs as well. I always have salt, rock salt on hand. It's a cleansing tool. Water. And there may be different sorts of water that I use depending on what I'm finding. I also use incense. So I have a little pot here with a carbon disc in it. And for cord cleansing, I often use frankincense resin or myrrh resin, various others as well, if I feel that those are indicated. Perhaps some dragon's blood resin or powder. So those are some of the tools that I am able to use. Obviously, I will be writing down notes and setting intentions for the space when I am clearing and preparing for the ceremony itself. The ceremony is a step-by-step process. It doesn't take an incredibly long time. Should take the whole thing absolutely no more than 3/4 of an hour, sometimes less. But the basics of it involve imagining and capturing these cords, and most of them come out from the umbilicus, from the belly button. And there are a series of traditionally 12 cords. And our cords are connected to the things that mean most to us. So it might be your spouse or your children, your dog, your home, perhaps your business or your work, and also some of your beliefs. So if you're passionate about integrity or honesty or fun, you will likely have an energetic cord relating to that. And it may well have cords relating to more negative aspects of life. So someone who is an ex-partner who's been particularly nasty or unkind or vicious or narcissistic, You may still have an energetic connection to them, even if they are now in your past and not in your face. So it is those kinds of chords that we are working on, particularly during the ceremony. And I'm able to use those chords, use my tools, sorry, to cut those chords as part of the ceremony, along with various other shamanic practices, to literally sever that energetic connection. Once I've severed that connection, and you as a participant will be able to feel that, it's really surprising. You have a visceral feeling of that happening. I then place crystals or herbs around that area, and we together visualize golden light coming in and that whole area healing from the severed connection point. And you will feel quite different at that point. So after the ceremony itself, there are various aspects that I'm not going to go into at the moment, but emotionally, most people feel really released and relieved. There's often a bit of crying involved, tears, laughter maybe, and there's a whole lightness to your body and to your being. You might also feel tired, and some people feel energized. Both are quite normal and quite common. Physically, you might feel a soreness around where those cords were cut, and you really need to up your self-care. So go to bed early, have a warm bath, and stay hydrated, probably for a couple of days as the rest of that process unfolds. Spiritually, you often become much more intuitively aware. You can have deja vu feelings. Your dreams may be enhanced. You could have new insights and revelations, which are awesome. And you just feel more aligned with who you are. It's a really amazing opportunity to come back to who you are, your own values, your own desires, and it brings you a sense of peace and empowerment at the same time. Final word. Cord cutting isn't about banishment or blaming, okay? It's about reclaiming your energy, your energetic, spiritual base energy, and choosing the connections that you make more wisely. It returns you to a sense of wholeness, and you can choose clarity over a sense of chaos and web-like feelings. It's not that you are broken because you need to have a cord cleansing ceremony done. It's just that you need to refine who you are and where you are in space at that moment in time and reconnect to yourself. It can be done as often as need be, but is especially useful when there are emotionally intense periods of time. So if there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of hurt, grief, it's a little bit like sacred maintenance. In the same way that you go out into the garden and you weed and you trim and you prune and you keep things how you wish them to be, cord cutting does that on a spiritual and energetic level. So if that's something that is of interest to you, you are able to book a session with me, Gayle Palmer, either via the website livingelements.co.uk, go to the book now button, file down until you find the energetic cord cutting ceremony, or you can get in touch with me directly at the clinic and we'll find a time that works for you. So I hope that's been of interest. Please comment if you wish to, and I look forward to being of service to you and your family soon. Thank you so much.